my FCG. What I did is a little something different. I just had this brainstorm that I wanted to have kind of more skeleton bones in the framework. Now, since this doesn't really, it's extremely light, I was just using coat hangers. What I did is I took the coat hangers that I originally had and I snipped them in half. Actually, I cut a section out of it and I stuck the coat hanger in that side and that side, so it still had the loop on it to attach. And so I just snipped and I stuck them in and I hot glued them into these foam bones. And the hand, like I picked up this thing at Christmas Tree Shop, it was the bag of bones. It was $7. And the reason I bought it is because I wanted to have some hands on this thing. So anyway, I put the hands on the bones. So we've got the arm bones, the hand, and I put the foam head that came with the arm, so the kind of the bone color matched up. And I grabbed some more tool, and I'm putting the tool on right now. So a couple of 1x2s lying around here. So I cut these, but they were both smaller than 60 inches is what Dr. Creepy suggested. So what I did is I just cut them into 30-inch sections and I just screwed them in. And the prop is very light, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. And if it is, I can always put some mending braces or brackets on there. I put the small little eye hooks in there. So this one is 14 inches down from the top, and these are both just right out at the very edge. Now I need to take this. Oh, by the way, in this section here is about 48 inches. He suggested 50. I'm hoping that doesn't make a difference, and I don't think it does based on putting the rest of this thing together, because I think I need to make some kind of a stand that this is going to attach to, so I can place it where I want in my living room, right in front of the bay window. So anyway, I'm off to screw around with the motor that I just received from Monster Guts. This is the replacement for that Dayton motor that I guess everybody used to use. I bought it from Dean at Monster Guts. This is how I have it attached. Right here I just have a few blocks of wood, just some small pieces of 2x4 that I nailed together on top of this 2x4. And I had just a small piece of wood that I bolted the motor to, and then I just screwed it right into these other pieces of 2x4 that I also have screwed down to mount the whole thing. So that's pretty much that easy. Keep in mind, the motor has to be flush with this. Okay, I originally had it mounted a little lower, and the string was getting caught up in this piece right here, so it was catching on to this. So this gives you a good idea. When I was doing a little research on this, I was having a hard time seeing how this whole mechanism connected up, but that's pretty much it. So you've got the 2x4 that's going all the way across, which is about 48 inches. You have these two pieces of 30-inch pieces of 1x2s that are mounted in here. The wires, which you can barely see, go from the head, the hook from the head up to that little eye hook, and go over to right here. And if you can get a good picture of this, this is the washer with the 3 holes that are drilled in it, one string going into each hole. And you can see in here too, right here, you have those 2 nuts here. The other washers on both sides of the bigger washer, it was just under 2 inches. I couldn't find a 2-inch one locally, so I think it's 1 5/8 or something like that. Then you bolt it up. Oh, that's actually the bottom of the bolt. You throw another nut on the top here. So you got these 2 nuts, this nut, the bolt, the 2 washers, the larger washer with the 3 holes drilled in it with the string tied into each. And one goes to the arm, one goes to the head, so it ties around that wrist, to the head, and around that wrist. And that's how the whole mechanism works. And now I need to build a PVC back for this which is just going to be a stand that I'm going to drape in black cloth that will be like the staging behind the FCG. And here is my flying crank ghost. So as I probably should have done this first, as most haunters I think do the flying crank ghost first and then move on to more complicated props, I did things backwards. Nobody told me. I didn't have the home haunt manual of what you should build first and then move on from there. But we got around to it. I'll do one a little bit later when it's darker and we'll get the full-on effect.
Left this on and Bob's on her house living.
It is amazing how much better this thing looks in black light. Unbelievable. Very cool. My finished flying crank ghost. Only took me a couple of days of a few hours each day to get this thing banged out too.